I just got done with Bioshock Infinite's second DLC, Burial at Sea. It's their first story-driven DLC, and I think this is chapter 1 of 2. Now, I'm a huge Bioshock fan. Bioshock 1 is one of my all-time favorite games. I was one of the people that actually loved Bioshock 2. Bioshock 2 had some moments that I thought were so phenomenal that I will remember forever, like that part where you got to be a little sister. Holy shit, that was amazing. And of course, I loved Bioshock Infinite. So, a new story-driven DLC, super excited to play it. Before going into the DLC, I had said a few times I was a little bit skeptical about going back to Rapture, just because in Bioshock Infinite they introduced this whole new world, this whole new area, this whole new, like, you know, Rapture's like a character of its own. It's a breathing, living character. And although Columbia wasn't so much of a breathing character like Rapture was, it still was this whole new area to explore. And they introduced it all in Bioshock Infinite. It's a city in the sky. It's a perfect idea. As to where Rapture's a city in the water. So I was like, really? I already played through Rapture 2 full games. I want to explore this floating city more. I don't want to go back to Rapture. Not with Infinite. There were so many different things I wanted to explore in the Bioshock Infinite world. Like, I knew Booker and Elizabeth was coming back, and that's great. But I wouldn't mind getting more into some of the other characters in Infinite. Like, I would really like to explore the story of the Latisse or Latesse twins, however you want to say it. And get into their story, because their story is so intriguing. They're always talking about these variables and constants, and, you know, you didn't find out a whole lot about their story in Infinite other than through the Vox phones. And you were piecing, that was like a whole different storyline going on underneath the main storyline of Infinite. So I really want to explore their storyline more. Maybe switch back and forth between the characters. One time you're the Rosalinda, is that her name? I'm not sure, the female twin, and then sometimes I'd love to switch between the male twin, and of course, spoiler alert, if you played Infinite, which you should, if you're watching this, you know they're one and the same, just different dimensions coming together. So that's what I really want in a Bioshock Infinite DLC, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna get it. Burial at Sea was really good. It was really good because I loved going back to Rapture. Even though I still stand by the fact that I wish we hadn't gone back to Rapture, it still feels good to get back into that city. Because when you first get in there, the city is in full swing. It's way before the time of the fall. Well, I don't think it's way before the time of the fall. It's at the time of the fall. But you're there when it's still kind of, you know, going, and there's actually living people there, and it's really cool to see Rapture like that. And then you go down into the darker sides of things, and that's where you see the early on splicers, and you get more of their little bit background history and story. What's going on in Burial at Sea is you wake up as Booker, of course, and you're Booker DeWitt, the private investigator, and sexy time Elizabeth comes to you.
You can call me Elizabeth.
And she says, hey, I need you to find this girl named Sally. And this little girl plays a really important role to you. You don't really go into much detail about why Sally's important to you. At least I missed that. She's some little girl she's not your daughter, but you have some kind of connection with her, and you lost her in a gambling bet or some shit. So Elizabeth needs you to find her, and she doesn't tell you why she needs you to find Sally. She just needs you to. So you guys go off on this mission in Rapture to find her. You eventually do. And you go and close all the little sister portals and everything, and you basically try to smoke her out. You heat the place up to make her go through only one of the exits that are open, and you find out she's a little sister. That's when shit hits the fan. That's when you find out that you're actually in Rapture because you had the twins delete your memories and put you in Rapture. And Elizabeth spawns all of these memories back. And you find out that Sally is your daughter, but she's Anna from a different dimension, of course. And you find out that you were Comstock, we already knew that. Found out that you had got the twins to go and steal yet another of Booker DeWitt's children, which is really, he's Comstock, so stealing his own child isn't really kidnapping or stealing the child at all. He's Booker, just older Booker, Comstock, is going and stealing younger Booker, Comstock's children. I don't see anything wrong with that, but apparently the kids do. And you find out that in another version of what happened, where I think you had your memory erased, is when, remember when Anna or Elizabeth gets her pinky caught in the dimension, the tear, and that's how her pinky's like burnt off. Well, one of your kids didn't make it that far and they got their head cut off. Their head got stuck in the tear. How terrible. And I think that's where you had your breaking point as Booker, and you're like, you need to erase my memories. I don't want to remember this, blah, blah, blah. Elizabeth comes in and opens all that back up for you. And you're like, oh, Elizabeth, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that this was going on. And for our own, you know, backing up our own selves is Booker didn't know what was going on. He was just living his life in Rapture, doing his thing. And Elizabeth, again, she's always coming in and ruining everything. Comes in, totally fucks with your mind like women do. And then she gets mad at you for it. It's like, look, I don't even remember this. You're the one that's making me remember this. I'm sorry. I can't really be sorry for something I don't remember doing. I can't take account of that. But Elizabeth gets pissed off. She won't forgive us. And the last we see is ourselves, Booker, getting a big daddy drill through the chest. Pretty brutal. At first I was like, well, that's Booker's end of his story, but of course it's not. I'm sure episode 2 is going to have a whole nother thing that's going on within Booker's life and another dimension, another variable of what had happened. I really haven't read much about chapter 2. I don't know if anybody knows anything about chapter 2, if it is going to be in Rapture again or not. I hope to God it's not, although I did say I loved going back to Rapture. I loved it. I could live in Rapture, not in real life, because that'd be very claustrophobic, being in a glass tunnel under the water. But I would love to live in Rapture via video games. That would be great. But with Bioshock Infinite, I don't want to go back to Rapture. I know that story so well, so well. I want to learn a new story. I want to go to new areas. I want to learn about new characters, not just going through another dimension of the Booker and Elizabeth story. I get it. Booker is Comstock. Booker is Elizabeth's father. Comstock goes and steals baby Elizabeth, named Anna, and tries to make her the lamb. And I know that story. I don't need to play a different version of it over and over again. I want to explore other characters. Pretty please. Overall, the DLC, of course, is a full 10. It's amazing. Even though I am hesitant about wanting to go back to Rapture, this game definitely felt more of like a Bioshock 1 or 2 DLC than Bioshock Infinite. There really was no Infinite about it other than the two main players, Elizabeth and Booker. And of course the twins were in it. But other than that, the plasmids are called plasmids. It's called, you know, Eve. It's not salts. It's just, I don't know. It felt like Bioshock, which is great. I love Bioshock, but I wanted more Bioshock Infinite in my Bioshock, if that makes any sense. Either way, who cares? It was great. I loved it. I bought the season pass. Definitely looking forward to chapter 2. And if you want to jump on over to my second channel, Raychul Plays, I did do a full gameplay, game capture of the full DLC. Make sure you play it first. Don't watch mine and then play it later, because there's major spoilers. But I guess they're not spoilers now if you just watch this, because this was major spoilers too. Either way, let me know in the comments what you guys thought of Bioshock Infinite's first story-driven DLC. Are you cool with going back to Rapture? Are you fine if you know, the second one is in Rapture again, or do you want to explore new areas and new characters like I do? Let me know, and as always, I totally love you guys.
I am so sorry.
No, you're not. But you're about to be.